Morning, everybody. Jason. Got PJ up here, Hollis Farms. The wind is supposed to get real high later. It's just 8 o'clock. I normally would never start trying to burn this morning, but the wind's just right now. I don't know if it'll light or not. I'm gonna try, because I know like after lunch it's gonna be way too high, I think. So we'll let it light a good backfire this morning if it'll get going. I just run the tractor up there where it'd be a little closer. Going back up here to get the four-wheeler and my torch and BJ. Alright, so that was the last section we burned. I want to get this right here. Wind's coming from this way. We got our clear cut over here that we sure don't want to get in. So we'll light a backfire down through there and let it be creeping that way. If everything goes good, it may not even light. I don't know. We'll see. And then we'll jump on the backside and let it come to our backfire. Alright, so right now it's not doing just real good. I went on down that way. The wind's kind of going to carry it a little bit. I just want to see how good it might carry through there. Most of what I lit down through there for the backfire is about out. Little too much moisture right now, but I need to try. We got a lot to do. It might get going. Just want to see how this right here is. It's kind of creeped that way, and now it's going to catch that wind. I don't want to see how the wind carries. If the wind carries that pretty good, I'll go around and light something else. A little bit going. Alright, so I'm doing a little more walking than normal, and I'm actually kind of burning against the wind. Just kind of wanting to see how it's going to do. I feel like if I get over on the backside and get with the wind, it'll roll. I'm still working on my backfire back there a little bit. I just wanted to do it a little bit at the time to be safe with this wind. It's pretty high. But the wind is kind of funny. It's blowing high up, good up in the trees, but it's not just a bunch down here. So this may take a while. It's kind of a small section, but because I sectioned it off when I did the fire lanes, just to make it a little easier. And boy, it's muddy right here. Whew. That right there did pretty good, and that's going okay. Carrying pretty good out there. Wind's kind of coming here or turning going that way, so I'm not going to get too far ahead of myself. As high as the wind's getting, I'm just going to kind of let it go. I may get down here. There's a ditch down there where I stopped my backfire, which ain't doing too good, so I want to keep a close eye on it till it gets away from this cutover. That cutover, I think this is the 3rd year on it. I already been planted back 2 years ago, so sure don't want to get in it. Alright, so I'm kind of doing almost a crosswind type burn. Just kind of lighting down that side. It's more fuel down there too, and it's burning pretty good. And then the wind's keeping it going, but it's kind of moving that way, kind of crosswind. See how it works. Really don't want to get on the back side of it and it get too bad with this wind, especially since because right here on the edge it didn't do good at all. But I'm afraid if it was coming that way and got real hot, it would burn. So I'm just gonna let it creep. We're gonna take our time. All right, so that wind is getting higher and higher, but thank goodness it stops every once in a while. Things are starting to dry out right here. The main thing I'm working on right now is this backfire. I got a ditch right there. I got about 45 more yards to go, and we'll be to that ditch, and I'll feel a lot better. I'm just kind of watching this. I'm just going 20-30 yards at a time, making sure it don't jump. All right, so some of my backfire, well, we done burned all the way right here. Some of my backfire is still going. It's getting me an extra 20 feet or so, counting the fire lane. So when this comes, when that back there, it's rolling back there. It's just crosswinding it. So I'm wanting my back. I'm gonna let my backfire go. I'm gonna let this backfire go as long as I can, and then I may not light any more. That ditch goes down through there. I'm hoping it possibly could cross it because it's not real wide at all. But I've got a backfire going all the way to the ditch. Be drawed up the whole time today till this quits. It's not just, I'm afraid we need to get done before lunch. I really lit way too early this morning, but I knew my only chance was going to be early, because if it got late, it was going to be almost too dry and too windy. So I think the combination's pretty good. What's burning back there, this right here in the backfire, like always, ain't doing just real good on the little pines. But that back there, if it burns a little bit more, I may let it come on this way, but it ain't backfired far enough yet for me. It's going that way pretty good, but boy, I can imagine if it was straight in the wind, we'd probably already be done and be burning this right here that we don't want to burn by now. That fire, when it gets in that good stuff, it just, like if it got in the top of these pine trees, I'm afraid it might pop across. It is really, there's an old loading pad back there now. I think it's creeped in and it is burning right now. Let's see if I can get back there if it ain't too smoky. This right here has done pretty good. Alright, so it has made it back here to this old loading pad. As you can see, it is doing pretty good on it. That ditch is kind of hard to tell them hardwooded, but it's right over there. I think right here where we're burning, it kind of shaped like a triangle. It's bigger up there by where we've been putting the backfire than down here. Alright, so it's kind of a waiting game right now. I'm very tempted to light it back there, but I just know how fast it's going to come. I'd rather take a little longer, and where it's burning really good, but the wind's blowing so hard this way, it's taking it a little while to creep this way, but I'd rather be safe than sorry today. The backfire's doing pretty good too, so feeling pretty good right now. I'm not going to light anything else, and I'm almost out of fuel. I'm going to save it for an emergency in case we need to light a fire to run back to it. Alright, so I decided to get on the tractor with the disc, put BJ up for a minute. I think this thing's fixing to turn here in a second. I just want to make sure if something happens I can get it out. Don't want to get BJ caught up in it. I think we're going to be alright though. I'm still pretty drawled up though. See a lot better up on this tractor too compared to the four-wheeler. Kind of see what's going on. Really hoping it stops down here at this little old ditch. So I decided for a little insurance, about 30 or 40 yards there, the backfire wouldn't do too good, but I'm afraid if it comes, it's going to be hot enough to, so I've got disc the other side of the road just to make it a little wider, a little insurance. Alright, so it looked like it's got to the ditch right there. It's burned all the way around, been kind of creeping this way, but if it gets to that ditch, I'm hoping it stops. I got a fire lane all the way around it. With this wind, I'm about ready for this to be over with, to be honest with you. So I'm hoping when it gets to that ditch, there's enough water in it and no grass and stuff laying across it, it won't cross it. Get to it and then come straight to me. If we get that, I am probably gonna call it. But I just rode around my fire lane. It'll be good. I just really don't want to do too much more today. If we get this done and nothing happens, we'll be done good. All right, so it is coming now. It's fixing to get serious. Ooh, serious, I mean. All right, so I just got in the ditch with the disc on both sides of the road, because I'm afraid when that comes, I'm more worried about if any of them leaves on these little hardwood trees catch on fire and blow over. Well, we right here at it. It's getting pretty narrow, and it looks like it ain't crossing that ditch. So if it don't do that and come down through here, we should be okay if it don't blow too far out in there. All right, so it's been kind of slow, but it's about 20 or 30 yards from this ditch. I'm right on top of the ditch here. I can't quite tell if it's crossing it down there yet. I can't tell exactly how the ditch runs. The wind's kind of swirling. It might cross it the way this grass is, but if it does, we're just gonna have to watch it and be serious with this disc. It looks like it has, but I can't tell how it curves. The wind, if the wind will get back the way it's been doing, I'll be able to tell. I'll tell you what's burned should be doing a good job. Well, it crossed the ditch right down there, so I've been disking it wider right there. Golly, if we can make it to that corner right up there, I'll be fine, but it'll take it a minute to get there. I really don't want to light a backfire right now with as high as the wind is. I think it'll creep enough. Whew, boy, I'm sweating today. Well, it looks like we're gonna get more done than we planned on, whether we want to or not. We're gonna have to stay with it. It ain't just a ton left. I got no backfire right here, but I did disc it real wide. Wind's still coming this way, and it's creeping up the hill this way. That's what's saving it. If I'd have lit any of it on the backside with the wind, would have probably been in trouble. Kind of on accident. I was just seeing how some of that was going to burn, kind of crosswind, and then it started coming, and I just kind of left it. I think we're going to be fine. We just got to watch this road real close. I have disc up a lot of gravel in it. I just have to come back in here with the blade and grade it up later. Might work out to the best. I made me a run down through that ditch, because it come right here and turned and went right back here. Whew, that tall stuff what'll get you in trouble if it gets up on the top of it and pops. All right, so it turns right here, and we're gonna be good with the wind then. So I decided to run get my torch, the four-wheeler, got me a backfire going right there, like about 6-7 yards, and I'll be to the curve. I'm just kind of watching, taking my time. I want that backfire to get up in there 40-50 yards before we do anything else. Whew. I'm still drawed up though, y'all. All right, I'm lit all the way to the turn now. I'm gonna let this backfire a little bit more, and then I think I'm gonna get down this edge, let it go meet that. This ain't far from getting this way. It's hot out in there, boys, getting it. And the cutovers, our clear cut stops right here where this curve is. So we'll be fine if we get away from this clear cut. Just had some get out on this lane right here. I had lit a little bit right down through there. I don't know if when I blew my torch out, I got a little careless and some went over there or what, but whew, had to run up there or ride up there real quick on the four-wheeler and get the tractor from down there. I'm gonna burn that. I got a lane around it. I just don't want to do it today. I'm trying to get this under control. All Alright, so I'm starting to light this line down through here just a little bit, let it go over there and meet that other. Just a little, I'm just doing a little bit at a time. Boy, that wind's done got up bad. Alright, so I've made it out here to some clear cut. We clear cut around through here. Hadn't done anything with it yet, and I went ahead and just cut my fire lane through here the other day. Whew, wind keeps swapping. Big fire's over there, and I'm trying to get this to go meet it. It ain't a lot left if we can get it to do right. Alright, so after nearly all day of staying on the upwind side of it, or downwind side of it, trying to keep it from getting out, finally got here where we can roll with the wind a little bit. Whew. A rough one. Alright, so that, excuse me, that ditch is right down there. This has been backing up all day. Doing good. So I just lit it. Just a little bit. It's got to go right there and catch it. It'll be done. I think we made it. Whew. Rough one today. Or a busy one, put it that way. Right here where it's been backing through all day is good. I'm gonna get out here on this lane. There's a creek on the other side. I'm gonna probably go ahead and distance a little bit and put it out. Kind of get going and get coated in this wind. I don't want to leave it burning with this wind. Alright, y'all, let's get to today's Bible verse. Still on the word angry. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 22. An angry man stirs up strife, and a hot-tempered man abounds in transgression. Alright, y'all, had a super day today. Got more burned than I planned. And, I was hoping it would stop at that ditch, but it didn't. It jumped across. But anyway, got a lot more done than I planned on, so that's that much more we ain't got to do. But anyway, I had some other stuff I wanted to get done today, but I didn't make it, so may have to do that tomorrow. We'll just have to, got some rain coming up, and I can do them things. Kind of have to burn when it's time. That's why I kind of pushed it today in that wind, because if it gets to raining anymore, too much, you can't burn it all. So anyway, good day. Thankful it didn't get out. Worked hard at that, and just kind of all worked out to the good. Anyway, I am wore out. I may not be able to walk tomorrow. We'll just see what happens. Appreciate y'all watching. Out of here.